Victoria pudding? Is that Victoria sponge?
No, I don't know. Someone will tell us.
OK, someone write in and tell us.
Something from 1912 that was obviously very popular. Obviously named after Queen Victoria, one would presume, anyway. Shall we have a look at the weather? 17 minutes past 8. We'll look it up while Helen's telling us
we'll be busy
that it's going to be wet and raining.
Yes, I was going to say it probably will be for Diwali as well as the remembrance services today. This is Haverfordwest in West Wales at the moment. The other side of the coin, of course, as we've been seeing this morning is the frost and the fog. But it's a day of transition, really, very different to yesterday with the sunshine across many parts. That cloud is already enveloping much of England and Wales and Northern Ireland. And that's where we will see the bulk of today's rain, on and off for Northern Ireland and for Wales. It brightens for a bit behind. As you can see, there's a gap before we've got showers following on behind. But ahead of that, there's still some fog around East Anglia, particularly bad through parts of Yorkshire and Lincolnshire, the Vale of York, and some patchy fog across Scotland as well currently. So that's something to concern yourself with. It does take time to clear at this time of year, but once it does clear, we'll have some sunshine across Scotland, initially across northeastern parts of England, but the rain's on its way. It's not going to be particularly heavy all the time, but there will be some heavier bursts in there as it meanders its way gradually northwards and eastwards. So temperatures rise because it's much milder air coming in, which means some hill fog. Where the fog clears in the north, we'll see 7s and 8s. Overnight, that rain does reach Scotland, but hot on its heels, more extensive rain, heavier rain, several hours coming in for Northern Ireland, across Wales and southern England. It does clear more quickly in the south. Temperatures rise overnight, so fairly academic, not as cold as it has been through the weekend nights, but windier. Real concern. A breezier day today, but come tomorrow, or overnight tomorrow, along with this persistent rain, we could have gales or severe gale force winds around the Irish sea coast, gales through the English Channel, so potentially some disruptive winds as well as disruptive rain onto saturated ground. It's not great news. We're talking about 20 to 30 millimetres Northern Ireland, possibly a bit more. It clears from southern parts, but it lingers northern England and parts of Scotland, eastern Scotland as well, where we've had significant flooding. And look at the temperatures where it clears in the south. Still very blustery day tomorrow, but 14s and 15s is above average for this time of year. Then it's more low pressure as we move into next week, one after the other. The difficulty in the detail at the moment is exactly where these low pressures are going to track, but it looks as if most parts of the UK, this is the rainfall accumulations topping up as we go through the week. You can see getting up towards 50 or 60 millimetres potentially in some parts by the end of the week. It looks pretty wet once again. So no surprise when I show you that outlook chart. Luxmy and Roger, that it's looking unsettled once again. Unsettled and a little bit damp. Thanks, Helen. Yeah. Thank you.
A Victoria pudding, according to the World Wide Web, is a fruit-laden boiled pudding.
Well, this recipe says you have to add 8 ounces of roughly chopped marrow into it. But, I mean, do we trust that? I think we just, You get all sorts on the internet, don't you?
Yeah, it's 20 past 8 anyway. Let's go back to one of our main stories this morning. The Israeli military says that it's agreed to move babies from Gaza's largest hospital after doctors say that patients are at risk because water and power has run out.
Well, we're joined now by Aliona Sinyenko from